Joining me now is co-chair of Turning Point USA Faith and Charlie Kirk's pastor and my good friend, Pastor Rob McCoy. Rob, thank you for joining the Pulse this evening, brother.
Thanks, David.
Just your thoughts. What's going through your mind and heart? I'm just trying to keep it together since yesterday, just kind of 1 minute at a time. But what's going on with you?
You had to go and do that, didn't you? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got my messy moments, David. I miss him. It's hard to think he's gone. But, like Billy Graham said, one day you're going to hear news of my passing. Don't believe them. I'll be more alive than ever. And that's the truth with Charlie. He's alive and well. Evil thinks it won, but it didn't. Charlie was fearless because he knew his life was secure in the Savior, and he trusted in Jesus. So he was fearless of death. He faced death threats every day, and I said I was sharing that he built Turning Point on the power of the spoken word, one of the largest conservative youth movement in the world, and he built it on the power of the spoken word. And he would contend with logos, with rational thought. And those who couldn't contend with him with logic and debate and reason, Charlie never threatened violence. He was not a violent man. And yet his detractors threatened him every day with violence because they couldn't contend with speech. And they did. What happened to Charlie is what evil does. It takes life. Charlie stood for life every day. He was an unrelenting warrior for the unborn, and evil hates that. They want to mar children, and they want them to think they can become the opposite sex. They want to kill in utero. That's all evil does. It just kills. It maims. It mutilates. It deforms. It defaces. And Charlie stood for truth. He saw the beauty of what could be, and all the people he inspired. I mean, think about it, David. You and I have both been so deeply inspired by this man. And all the young people, they think that they crushed this movement. They just put a bat to the beehive, and righteousness is going to just start stinging.
Yeah, it is. That's what I was praying yesterday, and I just really felt like God was sharing with me, son, it's going to everything that Charlie was about is going to explode 100-fold. There's going to be a massive ripple effect in the right direction that Charlie's going to be excited to see as well. Because you're right, he still is alive. He's up there and he's watching. Amen. Pastor, we're also getting some new images of the person of interest in Charlie's assassination, released by the Utah Department of Public Safety. I'm not sure if you've seen them. There's been conflicting reports. There's been reports of there has been some LGBT stuff that was written on the cartridge of the rifle that was used. If this is the individual, he doesn't look like necessarily he fits. I know that's just me saying at surface level, but do you think this could be just another crazed, confused, gender-confused individual that, like the school shooting that just happened a couple weeks ago at the Catholic school? Or do you think that there's something else going on, something more sinister going on?
Yeah, I'm not one for speculation. This is what I do know, David. I know God knows who it is exactly. He knows why they did it. And first, pastor is sovereign hand. God's using it together for good. We live in a broken world where there's sin and there's evil and there's murder, and God knows where He is. And I was saying this. I was sharing with family members when there wasn't any idea of maybe whether the perpetrator would be caught. I said, "Trust me, God knows where they are, and forgiveness is not forgetting. Forgiveness is putting putting what this person's done in the hands of God. That person's going to face hell. It's going to be miserable, and we want justice on this earth most assuredly. And I want to see this person arrested. But I also am not losing sleep, nor am I going to let them live in my head rent free. They think they took something from us. They didn't. Charlie's Mothra The more you throw at him, the stronger he gets. And what happened when they think that they took him down, they just ignited an entire youth movement that is no longer in the shadows and no longer supporting. Now they're going to start leading. I was looking at the TPUSA staff, and I'm in a plane with the staff, and we're coming back from Salt Lake, and I'm looking at each individual, and I'm thinking, this is the who's who. This is the brain trust that saved the election. This is what President Trump attributes to the election. They're all still here, and now they're even more committed. I know Charlie's thrilled. It's like he knows that God's going to care for Erica and the children, and everyone's going to love on him. The calls and the support. The church sadly was built on martyrs. And it's going to be awakened by martyrs. We hate that, but evil wants a pound of flesh, and we just rise. We don't die. We begin to truly live. There's no one out there. You don't need to be afraid of death. They have no weapon but fear. You have the truth. Yeah. You have conviction of that. And you have God, and if God is for you, no one is against you. And the fear of man is a snare. And in the absence of courage, truth is an orphan. And there's no absence of courage today. These young men and women are ready to rise.
Yeah, they're becoming more courageous. The mantle that Charlie carried has just been spread to thousands, I believe, literally.
You're going to be blessed by this. I don't know if I'm taking too much time, but I just want to tell you, David.
I'm almost out of time, but please share.
6 days ago, I was in Korea with Charlie. He doesn't leave the country. He went to Korea to support Mina Kim, build up Korea. It's the youth movement there. A pastor was getting ready to be. He was incarcerated, and Charlie stood with him. He was about to do the program today. Charlie awakened all the kids in Korea. They are so livid, and they're going to fight. I love it.
Well, let's get that pastor on this show. I'd love to have him. I know you texted me about it. And then there's been a lot happening, but I'd love to have that pastor on and help champion that for Charlie. Pastor Rob McCoy, my brother, I love you. I want
everybody to know, I think David Harris Jr. is the greatest man. You bless me so much, brother, and thank you to your audience tonight.
Thank you, Rob. Bless you. Thank you for joining. Appreciate you.